Okay folks, today I'm going to review an adapter which adapts Nikon manual focus lenses to your Canon camera. Many of you may have this particular camera, Canon 7D, which is a great camera, but what I've noticed, most of the lenses are really not easily designed for video, and what I mean by that is in the video mode we need to manually focus because there's no full-time autofocus in video yet for the SLRs. I'm sure it'll become one day. Anyway, I've done a lot of reading online, the reviews and such, and seems to be a lot of interest in the Nikon lenses, the manual focus lenses with manual aperture, and using those on Canon. So I'm going to show you what I did. I bought this adapter off of eBay, and this is it's an aluminum adapter, and it's from the seller called Kawa Photo, K-A-W-A Photo. And as you can see, it's just a little ring that goes around the lens mount portion of the lens, and then I've actually got one mounted on the Nikon 1.4 50mm lens I have here, and I'll show you what it looks like mounted on the lens itself. You can see it's just a little ring. Now the weird part is the Nikon screw onto the camera in opposite direction than the Canons do, so this compensates for that reversed fit because it goes on the opposite way. So anyway, I was going to show you the difference between the this is the Canon Plastic Fantastic, or whatever they call it. It's the 50mm 1.8, and I'll show you through the lens. You can see the 1.8 opening, and you can see the plastic mount there, and it's got the autofocus manual focus switch. And there's not really a good focusing ring, because this is the focusing ring here on the front, which is, you can see by the threads here, is very, very fine. It's hard to get your finger, especially mine. I have some big hands. So I'll show you the difference. And here is the Nikon. This is a 50mm 1.4, and actually right off the bat you can see how much larger that 1.4 inch aperture is. Now that's open all the way, and I can adjust the aperture to show you how it closes up. I think I may have to do that when I get on the camera. So anyway, I'll show you how to mount it on the camera. It's pretty simple. This is the 28 to 135 IS Canon lens. So you heard it snap. It's actually in place. And this here is the aperture adjustment ring. Now watch. See the aperture closing in? This gives you a really good idea of how aperture works on a camera. All the little blades closing in. You're probably seeing some reflection from the window. Sorry about that. But anyway, I usually leave it open to 1.4. But as you can see, it's got a nice adjustment ring here for the focus, so you can really get some nice fine focus, and it's it's rubberized as well and not plastic like the Canon 50. Now you may say, well, why would you purchase a 50mm Nikon versus the 1.4 Canon? Well, the main reason I purchased this lens is because it was $150 versus the $370 or so for the Canon 1.4. Now some of you watching this may wonder where you can get one of these 50mm 1.4 Nikon lenses, and to my knowledge these aren't being manufactured any longer, so you have to shop locally, Craigslist, or I found mine on eBay. And the price, most people do not buy it now, so you kind of have to bid on it, and sometimes people get crazy, as you know, with bidding. But got this one for around 150 bucks, and it looks mint condition to me. So That's where I would check, and just make sure people have real good pictures of the lens, because these are pretty rock solid, very well made, will probably last forever versus limited lifespan and something like this. And the Kawa adapter right now is about $10 with a couple dollars shipping. So I bought two. That's why you see one separate from what's on the lens, in case I find another Nikon lens. I'm looking at the 35 1.4 or maybe the 50 1.2 if I can find one reasonably priced. Anyway, that's some details. I'm doing this for video and not using it much for stills. But even when I do use it for stills, I can get the focus pretty accurate with this guy. This is a Zacuto Z-Finder. And I was actually going to do a YouTube review of this, but I couldn't really find a good way to show you how well that this works, because you can't really, I mean, it's hard to show the magnification and how it works. But anyway, these are cool. Very expensive, but work very well. I think it's a very good setup, reasonably priced, and highly recommend it.